Hi. Um, Actually, it's a coincidence I'm making this video. I've literally just realized as I clicked on this, it's exactly 1 year to the day that I came back from China, the 9th of January 2019. Um, I spent time out there teaching, working in a high school. But anyway, that's not here or there. That's not really what this video is about. Rather, I want the video to serve as a kind of heads up, so to speak, for anyone who's going out to China. I can't speak for other countries in the region because I haven't had that experience, but just a practical heads up about getting technology devices out there. Whether you're a tourist, whether you're working there, whatever the issue might be, you might be visiting family, whatever it is, if you're going to China for the first time, be very wary about buying any sort of component that you may need. So, for example, my camera was given to me by my then Chinese girlfriend. It's one of the favorite things I have in the world. I'm an avid photographer, amateur photographer. I take pictures of everything when I'm traveling, just things that I find interesting. And for that, I use a standard memory card, which I got in the UK. So this isn't the exact one, but a card pretty much like this. This is 4 GB. The one I used in China was 16 GB, so I made sure it had plenty of space. Anyway, I was taking so many pictures that I ran out of space after a few months. So I needed another card. And I got one of my colleagues in the school. This was in Kaili in Guizhou province, Kaili City, Guizhou province, to help me out with this. And this is no reflection on her. She was great. She was very helpful. She always went out of her way to help me out with things. We went to a market. It was kind of the underground market of the big shopping mall where there was this guy selling, this sort of software. And he told me this. In fact, I might be able to show you the actual card I got in the UK that I used in China if you just bear with me a second. So there's a few important things I want to point out about this. Yeah, so this is the actual card I got in the UK. You can see it there. It's SanDisk 16 GB SDHC card. This is just for a regular digital camera. So it slips into, every camera is different, but see there's a little compartment that it slips into. Demonstrate in there. Now I got that in the UK in Boots. If you're not British, Boots is a big British retailer for photography equipment and other electronics and other things. Um, it was a little pricey. I think it was, I can't remember to be honest what I paid, but I felt it was worth it because I knew that I'd be taking a lot of pictures. And it was fine. I did take a lot of pictures and there were no problems. I could take pictures, I could edit them, I could, even on my camera, I could put sepia and black and white effects. But anyway, that was fine. Okay. So it was a worthy investment because it's memories. When you travel, you want memories. Well, the second half of my trip, like I said, ran out of photos, even with the editing, ran out of photo space. So I bought another card, 16 GB, so the same size. This one is Kingston. And I'd used Kingston before, so I don't think it's necessarily a problem with this brand. I'd used Kingston before. 16 GB. Um, I'll show you what happened. So bear in mind this is basically 2 or 3 months worth of photos on this. And I'll show you now what result it came up with. Bear with me a second. I'm going to show you these. Obviously, I'm speaking into my laptop. So I'm going to show you on my desktop computer. I've got this little adapter thing that I can show that. And as I wait for that to load, I'll just say, so if you're planning to go to China and you want to take lots of pictures, get all the technology you need in the UK or in the West. No disrespect to any Chinese viewers, but the simple fact of the matter is Chinese products are not reliable. So I'm going to show you now what resulted. Bear in mind, I've taken lots of pictures, and this is what happens. Just get it up. Now, in theory, there's absolutely no reason why this should happen. But here we go. See, I'll just get the try to get a generic image to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, here is an image. There's some pictures from a market stall. There's some pictures from, yeah, just Chinese lanterns, that sort of thing. And this is what I get. So as you can see, about half of them are just not there. They just they just didn't turn out. Um, if I try to put this in a slideshow format, a lot of them just have these big green blurs or pink blurs through the image, which are basically make them impossible to look at. Look at this. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. I have got a lot of photos on this, but that shouldn't be an issue because I had the same number of photos on the other card. So if it's an issue to do with the number of photos, I don't think that's it. Here's another one. So as you can see, some of them are turning out, but some are not. So if I click on this, even the ones that have turned out, and I'll try and give you an example. Okay, so there's a picture of a bridge. I'll click on it. Not sure if you can see that, but it says drawing failed. So basically, I can't look at thousands of pictures I took, thousands. It's very frustrating because I've got a lot of memories there. Pictures with people who are dear to me. Um, the only way I can see them really is by, well, you can see there. So I don't know if there's any way around this. Maybe if there's any technology, people who are savvy with technology out there, they might have some tips on if there's any way around this. Unfortunately, I think it's just the quality of the product. You know, we hear negative stereotypes about made in China. Well, unfortunately, this is a example of it. There's an example of the blur situation I'm talking about. So I don't even know what that was. Looking at the other images, it's something to do with the mountain. I went out with one of my colleagues to a mountain that was near the school. Very, very photogenic, you know, with great views over the city. And it's just a big, horrible green blur through the image. And about half of the others just don't turn out. And even the ones that do turn out, can't click on them. It says image not found or drawing failed. So it's immensely frustrating because, like I say, it's memories. So that's just a heads up. If you are going to China, make sure you get all your technology beforehand. Or if you, it may be that in bigger cities, the products are a higher quality. I don't know about that. People might say, well, what did you expect? It's a market. And to be fair, you could go to a market in the UK and get dodgy products. So I'm not trying to say we have a perfect situation here. But I would just say it's worth making the investment if you think you're going to take a lot of pictures. Otherwise, you'll have this problem. If you buy something out there, it looks the same. It probably is even the same. It probably is even from the same company. It's just maybe the production process is not as high quality. I don't know, but it's frustrating. So to save yourself that the situation I've experienced, buy what you need to buy in the West because the chances are it'll be a much better quality. Then you'll have your memories, you'll be able to look back on them. I'm just going here by photo card. I'm sure this will also apply to other things as well. And as for Chinese people like this, I've had Chinese friends actually ask me if I can export things from the West over there because of the quality issue. Um, so, you know, this is not a swipe at China, it's just my honest experience. If you think you're going to take a lot of pictures, I would recommend getting two sizable cards, two big 16 GMB cards, GB cards. I got one 16 GB card and it ran out about halfway through. Of course, it depends how many pictures you take. I do take a lot, I mean thousands. But I don't think it's a space issue that caused that problem, like it's overloaded or something. Because the first card, I can see all of them. So that's not the issue. In fact, maybe just before I close the video, make a comparison. If you just bear with me a second. So you'll see this is the two cards you used. Let's see. So, like I say, this, gotta be careful, don't lose anything here. Yeah, just making sure don't lose anything. This green one is the one I bought in China. Maybe the green color, the fact that it's the only time I've seen a green color, should be a giveaway. Well, here's Kingston. I'll compare this one. There's a Kingston I got in the UK that I used in 2013. It's smaller, it's only 4 GB, but as you'll see, all the photos are fine. I was able to print off photos from these. Get that up to give you an example. I don't know if this also applies to other countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Southeast Asia. I'd imagine Japan and South Korea would be higher quality. But anyway, and again, this is not meant as insulting to anyone, just my honest experience. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So this is the Kingston I took in 2013, also China. As you can see, every photo's fine, so I can show a nice slideshow with that. So it's very frustrating, and there's nothing really I can do about it. I've tried like printing them off separately. I've tried putting copies of them, so maybe they'll turn out better on their own. No such luck. It's really unfortunate, and it does feel like a kind of stain on some of my memories. So yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. Just be aware of that. If you're going to China, buy everything you need beforehand. Do not rely on Chinese technology in China because the chances are the production will be low. I reckon you'd even get Chinese people agreeing with that because they often want to buy products in the West that are higher quality. So it's frustrating, but there you go. Avoid my mistake. Don't even if you really need it. Well, I suppose you could look at it this way. If you want to take the risk of some of the photos not turning out, but others will turn out, and you're absolutely pushed, maybe you can do that. But like I say, to me, it's barely worth it because about half of them, well, about a third of them haven't shown up at all, and those that do, it comes up with drawing failed when I try to look at the image. So it's, yeah, really a pity.